When we're talking about trauma, so let me give you my credentials too. I'm a therapist who's been in the field for a very, very long time at this point, over 25 years. The dinosaurs were still walking the earth when I was started my career. Currently, I'm working mostly with first responders and some veterans and doing a lot of work around PTSD. Okay. And it has actually been, for all the different things that I've done in my career, this has been something that has been one of the most fulfilling segments of my career so far, if not the most fulfilling. I really love what I do. I love being able to help our heroes, and it's something that I can see myself doing for a very long time. And trauma work, a lot of people are, I supervise people too who are working on their clinical licensure. A lot of people get intimidated by trauma work. I'm here to tell you that if you're a clinician and you're a little bit nervous about doing that, it's worth getting the trainings and taking the plunge and getting good at it, because you can see the results often very quickly. If you once you get really adept with it, you can often see the results really quickly, and it's really rewarding as the therapist to see somebody achieve their goals and make progress and get their symptoms really, really low. So what are we talking about with trauma? So trauma a lot of times will happen when we are exposed to emergency situations. And what happens when we're in any kind of situation where your brain perceives it to be that either your safety is threatened or somebody else's safety that's around you is threatened, your fight, flight, freeze, fawn is going to kick on. Okay. And that is what your body picks for you is somewhat determined by your genetics. Okay. Now you can train out of this, and that's why people go to like police academy, or soldiers go to boot camp, or firefighters go to fire academy. You can train out of that. So if you're a freeze person or if you're a flight person, you can train to be a fight person. But initially, what you're born with is chosen by your DNA, and we're talking about hundreds of thousands of years of evolution, right? So there's some really good research around this where they think that freeze was the first survival response that developed, and then later on fight came, and eventually fawn. Fawn is when you are trying to appease the threat to survive, right? So if somebody backs you into a corner and they say, give me your money or your life, and you give them your money, that's fawn, which is a perfectly acceptable response in that situation. And some people might have the ability to choose between them, but for the most part, your brain's gonna pick it for you, and you're gonna react in a way where you're gonna do one of those things.